Good afternoon, Mr. Greg. I am Kyra Tinsley. I am a graduating senior from Prairie View A&M University. And first, I want to thank you so much for inviting me into your home for this nutrition session counseling for me today.
You are welcome, Kyra. You know.
All right, so when we made this appointment, you had a couple concerns about your weight and you were recently diagnosed with pre-diabetes. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I went in for a regular checkup with my regular physician, and came back with my results came back in with the blood work, and when they called me, they let me know that some of my blood work was, a little bit irrelevant. So they were telling me that some of my counts could put me at where I could be a diabetic.
Okay, so you were borderline diabetic. So you weren't fully diagnosed as a diabetic, but you're at pre-diabetes, right?
Yes.
Okay, and let's talk a little bit about your weight. So when I did your chart, you were 265, and that was about 2 weeks ago. So where are you at now? Are you still at the 265?
No, I'm down to about 258.
258. Okay, you lost 7 pounds. All right, good job. So tell me a little bit about what you do on a daily basis. Like, how's your work schedule?
I get up probably about 4 o'clock, get dressed, try to grab a snack, peanut butter crackers or kind bar or some orange juice. Get out of the house by 4:45 to try to work, which is in Katy.
Okay, so you pretty far commute,
Yeah.
So you like what, an hour?
Because there's no traffic in the morning. A good 50 minutes.
Good 50 minutes. Okay. All right. So I heard you get that kind bar and some orange juice and everything for breakfast in the morning.
Some peanut butter crackers.
Oh, peanut butter crackers. Okay. So all right. So what was your first meal of the day yesterday, if you remember?
My first meal of the day yesterday, I had a yogurt.
You had a yogurt. Okay.
I was out of kind bar, so I ate fruit snacks.
Fruit snacks. All right.
And open up a little packet of the peanut butter crackers, ate 1 or 2 of them out of there.
A couple of peanut butter crackers. Okay.
Drunk some water.
And some water. Did you drink a whole bottle of water or just a couple of sips?
Whole bottle of water.
Okay. All right. So looks like you had for your first meal with some yogurt, fruit snacks, a couple peanut butter crackers, and a bottle of water. All right. So what about the second meal that you had for that day, for yesterday?
It wasn't nothing heavy. Some chicken strips.
Chicken strips. Were they fried, grilled?
They have to be fried.
Fried chicken strips. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go out to eat for those?
Actually, it was some heat 'em up.
Okay, so the ones you can put in the oven.
Yeah.
Did you have any French fries or anything on the side?
Just
chicken strips.
Chicken strips with some hot sauce.
With some hot sauce. Okay. And did you have any soda or any more water?
I did drink a Coke.
A Coke. Okay.
Like a 12-ounce cup of Coke.
Okay. And did you have any snacks throughout the day?
Just the fruit snacks or something I can just grab easily.
So some more fruit snacks.
Yeah.
Okay. And what about your last meal of the day? Did you eat anything after this?
Yeah. We had steak with cream spinach.
Okay. Steak with cream spinach. Well, that sounds really good.
It was.
It was. Okay. So, all right. So, have a nice looking meal that you had this day, and throughout the week, with everything going on, with the coronavirus, I know you're mostly indoors. Do y'all cook more or do you go out to eat more?
We cook more.
You cook more? Okay. So about how many times out the week do you do the cooking, or does your wife or?
My wife, when my daughter's in town, she's a student at Prairie View, so when she's home, she'll cook. Okay.
All right. And so you had steak the other day, and then you had the eat 'em up chicken strips, and then you have a lot of snacks. Fruit snacks seems to be one of your favorite things you eat frequently throughout the day.
That's more healthier than me just eating a bag of chips.
A bag of chips. Do you eat chips throughout the day too?
Sometimes I can.
Sometimes you do.
Depending on we have them in the house, yes I will.
Okay. All right. And then if you do go out to eat, what places do you say that you go?
If it's just me by myself, I'm going to Cane's.
Okay.
To get that box combo.
Okay, Cane's
With orange soda and sometimes Wingstop or Pizza Hut, stuff I don't need, but I go get the chicken wings, lemon pepper or Cajun chicken wings from Wingstop,
Okay.
or Cane's had Pizza Hut has the chicken nugget, or the chicken boneless chicken for about 50 cents.
For each wing.
Yeah.
So you go for the deals.
That go with, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So you go there, and so how do you incorporate any type of exercise throughout your day? Because I know you get up really, really early. Around what time do you come home?
I usually get home about 3:15.
3:15.
Get out the uniform. Sometimes sit for a little bit, depending on how I feel the rest of the day. I walk to the store. That's to get my lottery tickets. Or I walk. It's a park in the neighborhood. I can walk down to the park, which is probably about 7 or 8 blocks. When I'm feeling pretty good, I usually ride my bike in the neighborhood. I wash my own car, cut my own yard.
Mm-hmm.
That's some exercise, depending on when I do it. I don't do it every day, but I mean, some other activities. I mean, as far as like I'll like say wash the car.
Wash the car.
Like I say, I cut my own yard, and then just a little walking in the neighborhood from time to time. Nothing consistent.
Nothing consistent. Okay, so how do you feel about increasing that amount of physical activity that you do? Because with you being considered obese, I'm sorry to use that word, I don't mean to offend you, but with the correct term would be that. And how do you feel about adding additional, like would you want to how do you feel about setting a schedule for consistent workout? Because you said consistency is what you were missing. So would you want to do more than one, like a couple of days out the week? Could you do at least 3 days?
Yeah, I can. It's just left up to me to do it.
To do it.
Yeah.
So do you have it? You don't have any motivation to do it all the time?
Some days I do, some days I don't.
Right. Okay.
Just depending on how I feel.
How you feel? Like if you had a bad day at work, more than likely you're not really in the mood to go for.
Well, that's no excuse. I mean, my health is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So and then I really don't want to fight with diabetes later on in my life. So so I'm gonna have to become motivated
to do so.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that you know that your health is important, that diabetes can cause a lot of complications further on in your lifetime, and that you know that you can do it, and I'm glad for that. So, alrighty. So you talked about doing a little walk into the park and walking to the corner store to buy your lottery tickets, and that there's a park in the back of where you stay. So you said it's about 7 to 8 blocks. So would you mind doing that maybe 3 or 4 times out the week? You work Monday through Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay, so would it be too much to go and take that walk to the park? Do they have like a trail or a nature trail back there?
Yes, they do.
You know how far that trail is?
I think it's 3 miles.
3 miles?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so to increase your physical activity so you can be able to lose some weight, you need to do at least 30 minutes or more every day. And doing a brisk walk around your neighborhood or to your park, and maybe doing not the whole trail, because the 3 miles is a lot to start off with. Maybe you can do half of the trail and walk back. And then that would be your exercise for the day, and that could probably take you maybe about an hour, possibly. I don't know how long it takes you to walk, and if you have any issues. Could you try jogging, or is jogging a little too much?
I could probably jog a little bit, yeah.
Okay, well, we always start walking before you run. So don't push yourself too hard, but enough to where you can get that done.
What about riding a bicycle?
Yeah, you have a bike?
Yeah.
Oh, you can definitely do that. That's even more exercise and a better way to get your legs and feet going and get your heart pumping. Okay. All right, so we got that physical activity going. And so I want to mention back to some of those foods that you eat. So being that you're pre-diabetic, it's very important to watch the foods you eat. And I have a list from the American Diabetes Association of some fruits and vegetables and meats and everything that are recommended for you to eat because you're dealing with pre-diabetes. So I want you to take a look at this here and then tell me on that list some things that you like, or you can star or put a mark by the ones you do like or don't like. Give you a couple See anything on there that you like at all that you'd be willing to try?
Well, you know, the green beans, the carrots,
Mm-hmm.
cabbage, broccoli, tomatoes, spinach. You know, fruits, apples, berries, oranges, all of those. I don't know about the soy milk, but
We don't have to do the soy milk.
no, I do the yogurt.
There's other options on there as well. No,
Well,
you can
I
still
mean-
drink whole milk.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I want to go back to that meal that we talked about today,
Mm-hmm.
and you said that you had a steak.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to talk about your portion control. So I'm going to move this out the way. Thank you
Okay.
for bringing that for me too.
Okay.
So on here, it says that your protein should be about this much of your plate. So how big was your steak that you ate?
Oh,
You remember?
It was a
large,
full-size
full-size steak.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's another example of how you should portion control your food. So it says that your protein should be the size of your palm. Would you say that your steak was the size of your palm?
That and some.
That and so would you say it was 2 palms together for
I'll
you?
say, yeah, 2 palms together.
2 palms together, so you had double the amount of that.
Yeah.
And then you said you had cream spinach.
Yeah.
So the vegetable servings, you see, it's a little less than half of the plate. Did you say that you had about that much of that cream spinach on your plate?
I had enough. So I had about that much.
About that much?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. And did you have any grains, or did you have any rice or noodles or like potatoes or anything with that?
Just the
steak and the spinach?
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So we can add that. We can talk about adding that to your diet. So I just want to have you to keep this and take a look at this, so when you're making your meals, or show that to your wife, so when she's cooking, so she knows, okay, all right, when you're making this plate, what Mr. Greg should be eating and how much, and not to overdo it. And then how you can measure out with your hand and your palm and your fingers about the amount that you should be eating, so you can control how much food you're actually eating. Because with your calculations that I did for your calorie intake, you should be having about 3,000. But since your goal is to lose weight, we want to do about 2,000 to 2,500 calories. And I asked you to bring some snacks, and you did, and I thank you very much for doing that. And you said that you ate a lot of those fruit snacks that you like so much.
Mm-hmm.
So the label isn't on the back of the actual snack, so thank you for bringing the box. So when we look at this food label, how many packs a day of these you say that you eat?
Oh, probably about 4 or 5.
4 or 5 of them? Okay, so you see the serving size is the 1 pouch?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then for this 1 pouch, it's 80 calories,
Okay.
right? So if you're on a 2,000 kcal diet and you had 80 calories for each pouch, and you had 5 pouches, about how many calories is that? It's quite a
it's
quite a bit,
yeah.
right? Okay, so I'm not saying that you can't have these, because they're a good source of vitamin C on here, I see as well. And it's not that many carbohydrates on here or total sugars added, even though they do have that in there, so you want to watch that. So you don't want to have 5 of these, especially with your pre-diabetes. You want to watch that. So I would say if you can limit it to 1 or 2, that's perfectly fine. But you want to, when you're looking at this food label, okay, remember that Kyra said eating all this is not the best option. Even though you can have them, I'm not going to say throw all of them away, because you got the big box from Sam's. I see that's a pretty penny.
Okay.
But just be mindful that
Even though
it's a small amount, that they hold a lot of calories and sugars in these as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then you brought another snack over, which is you mentioned a Kind bar.
Mm-hmm.
And this one has 170 calories in it. And the portion size is 1 bar, but it's a really good source of fiber and protein as well. So this is actually, I'm happy it's not a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
actually
prefer them too.
You prefer these over and I'm very glad to see that you have items in your house that you can eat and enjoy, and they taste really good, right?
Yeah.
I've had some of these before. I actually like the dark chocolate ones are my favorite.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about some goals that we can set for you.
Okay.
Furthermore, so when we set these goals, we want to make sure these goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So we want to have these SMART goals.
Okay.
So, all right. So your goal number 1. Now, be mindful of making sure that they're specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. Because you don't want to set a goal that you know that it will be really, really difficult for you to achieve. So, what's one goal that you would like to achieve?
Like I say, I like to get down to a certain weight. From I'm at 258 now, so if I can get down to about 245, that's a good start, and keep working my way down.
Okay, so you would like to get down to 245. So you want to get down about 13 pounds. Can we do 10 pounds? And then anything after that would be bonus. So down 10 more pounds?
Okay.
Okay, so, and then about what time frame you think that you can have this done? Because I want to come back in about 2 or 3 weeks. Which one would be better for you?
The 3rd week.
3 weeks? Okay. So you would like to lose about 10 pounds within 3 weeks. And what are we going to do to get to this?
Well,
these 10 pounds.
I'm gonna have to motivate myself to increase my time off when I'm off from work, to walk a little bit farther.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ride my bike a little bit longer.
So you're going to increase your physical activity.
I'm gonna have to get down with 13 pounds.
Okay, so you're going to say that you're going to do about 45 minutes is minimum, and you can increase more, or did you want to do 30 minutes?
I'll say we'll work 30 minutes, and if I go over 30 minutes, that's a plus for me.
Okay, so 30 minutes of physical activity. How many times out the week? Are you going to try to do Monday through Friday?
I want to try to do Monday through Friday.
All right, Monday through Friday.
If I can at least get 2 or 3 days out of the week, and I can do consistently, then that's a plus for me.
So at least 3. So
Okay.
we're gonna try Monday through Friday. So we're gonna say Monday, Wednesday, Friday are your go-to days.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So your first goal is you want to lose 10 pounds within 3 weeks. So and we're gonna do that by increasing your physical activity to 30 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. If you don't get all 5 of those days, you want to do at least 3.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And then another goal. What else do you want to achieve?
I want to hopefully one day be able to get off the medication, or at least have it reduced.
Your medication. And what medication were you on? I'm sorry, you mentioned that in the beginning.
I take metformin, 500 milligrams.
500 milligrams. And how many times do you take that a day?
I just take it once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a high dosage.
Well, I also have cholesterol.
You also on cholesterol medication. Okay, so we're going to have to talk about that next time we come in, because we're focusing on your prediabetes and your obesities. Okay, so, all right, so being able to get off that metformin, which you know what the metformin does?
It kind of helps reduces the tension or the stress of the diabetes forming up.
Okay. So the metformin, what it does is it helps lower your blood sugar. So your type 2 diabetes, where you're pre-diabetic, it's an insulin resistant. So your body makes the insulin, but it doesn't necessarily use it correctly. So when your blood glucose levels are elevated, the insulin is released, but it doesn't decrease the volume. So your blood sugar levels are constantly elevated. So that metformin comes in and lowers those levels down. So that way you won't have elevated blood sugar, and then because those side effects, before you were diagnosed, did you have increased thirst and fatigue, feeling all the time?
Just fatigue.
Just fatigue? Okay. So so that's what it does. It comes in, it comes to the rescue and lowers those blood sugar levels.
Okay.
And a lot of people, I know a couple people who are on higher dosages, so you're only on the 500 milligram, you take it once a day. So what we can do is, we can talk about your so your goal wouldn't be getting off the medication, but maybe having it decrease. Maybe we only take it once a day. So we could talk about we're gonna focus on your portion control.
Okay.
And making sure that you only do 2,500 calories, no more than that a day. And how I talked to you about looking at those food labels. So you want to pay attention to that, and you want to pay attention to those portion size on that plate. So when next time y'all do have a steak or a chicken or fish, you want to look at the plate and say, okay, well, my palm is this size, so my portion of this meat should be this size. And if we're going to have rice, my rice should only be I think it's a fist size. So you would hold your fist and then measure that on your plate when you're making your plate. Because you don't want to pile on there, because then you'll be doing all that exercise and then eating all that food and you won't see any difference.
Okay.
So your next one would be keeping count of your kcals, and there I can send you the link of all these great websites that can help count your kcals as well. Okay, and then another goal for you. You have one more goal?
Just to be healthy overall.
Be healthy overall? Okay, so do you have a blood sugar monitor at home?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
How about we make that your final goal, is to test your blood sugar daily to make sure that metformin that you're on works properly.
Okay.
Okay, so I actually brought mine because I check my blood sugar daily, and it actually came with a little log book. So what you can do is, well, I really hadn't written mine, so I can leave this here with you. So on a daily basis, you can test it. If you don't test it because these tests is for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and bedtime, and you can write your notes. As long as you do it at least one time throughout the day, it'll be great, and you can record it here and see if that metformin is doing its job, because your levels, I actually have a handout for you here about where your levels should be when it's for fasting, 2 hours after a meal, and then for your next time you go to the doctor for your lab results, this is what the range it should be as well. So you can keep this and take that with you, so when you're checking your blood sugar at least 3 times a week, if not every day.
Okay.
And you can do that. So how does that sound, Mr. Gray?
That sounds pretty good, Kyra. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, all right, so let's recap your goals. So within 3 weeks, you want to lose 10 pounds, and you're going to increase your physical activity to 30 minutes at least 3 times a day. And then your bonus goal is Monday through Friday, all 5 days.
Yes.
Okay, and then your next goal is to watch your kcal count, and I'm going to forward you these links of the different.
Okay. I'll do my best on the.
You do your best. Yeah, here's a example of all these great apps that you can use. There's one called MyFitnessPal, and there's one called Lose It, and you can plug in all the foods, and it gives you the amount of calories that are in each of these. So I'll send you that link, that way you can have it on your phone, and then you can download that app on your phone.
Okay.
And then your final one would be to check your blood sugar 3 times a week. And did I give you the little? Here's your booklet for recording your blood sugar. So the next time when I see you in 3 weeks, I want to be able to see 3 weeks worth of you recording and taking your blood sugar, and then we're gonna get on the scale and see how many pounds you lost. You excited about that?
I don't know if my wife would like you getting my weight, but okay.
We can have her come in and she can be there watching.
Okay.
And so do you have any more questions for me?
No, just trying to do the right thing as far as getting this weight down and keeping my diabetes under control.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to work on that calorie count and cut back on my fruit snacks.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other things I need, or you can assist me with, as far as staying on top of that?
It's just taking it one step at a time and using your best effort 100%, because I know that you can do this. Okay. And then if you're ever feeling discouraged, don't hesitate. You have my number and my email. Ask me some questions. You can send in saying, hey, look what I did today, or send a video saying, hey, look how much I walked. That way, and then I can give you encouragement as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. It was great seeing you.